2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 5 to 7. For just as the suffering of Christ flow over into our lives, so also through Christ our comfort overflows. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patient endurance of the same sufferings we suffer. And our hope for you is firm, because we know that just as you share in our suffering, so also you share in our comfort. Mapapansin po natin that the word suffering and comfort stand repeatedly in this passage. The two always goes together, as if they are inseparable. Para bang katulad din po ng after the storm comes the sun. Or after brokenness comes healing. So ganun din po dito. After suffering comes comfort. The suffering that we experience today are basically stress or pressures. Kaya po makaka-relate kayo nito pagka kayo po ay pumapasok sa office. Every day, multitasking ka, and then there's so much pressure at work. Parang bang everyday, lagi mo na lang kalbaryo to. Tapusin ang trabaho ang walang katapusan. Parang linta na hindi matanggal-tanggal sa iyong katawan. And sometimes it causes us sleepless nights. Kung minsan, nadi-discourage tayo, nawawalan tayo ng pag-asa, at parang dumidilim ang ating pagkapaligiran. Ang comfort naman is just a little cheer or word of encouragement. Basically, it is for strengthening. Yung experience po ni Paul is God's strengthening for to give him peace and restful spirit to meet the challenges of his life. Pag tayo po ay nagpa-fasting, we normally deny or deprive ourselves of our cravings and desire. Depriving ourselves of the things that we enjoy most. For example, yung ating panonood ng Netflix movies. Or kaya naman yung ating paglalaro, yung ating paborito nating sports. O yung ating pagkahilig sa media. But basically po, yung fasting that we do today is abstinence of food. Kasi ito po yung common cravings ng tao. Likewise, ito rin po kasi yung fasting that Jesus went through when he was led by Satan to the wilderness to be tempted. So, ang fasting po is basically self-induced sufferings. Ito po yung nararamdaman po natin sa ating sikmura pagka tayo po hindi po nakakakain. But the pain that we experience in our stomach is nothing if we do not hunger to seek God. Because that is basically the whole point of fasting. We are experiencing dependence upon God. And hindi ko maintindihan kung minsan, there are a lot of Christians who were dreadful of their life. They worry too much. And yet they do not avail of the provision of God under this kind of pressure. Samantala, God's comfort and strengthening is available to everyone at all times. Kaya nga po yung fasting is basically surrendering your life at the mercy of God. And God will give you strengthening for your ordeal. So fasting is not just for a show also. Hindi ito pakitang tao lamang. Hindi po ito katulad ng mga pariseyo, excuse me, na this, they disfigure their face, they look somber, because they want to show to the people that they are fasting. Dapat po natin tandaan that fasting is for God alone, and we must seek Him in prayer as we fast. At the end of suffering, comfort follows. It is a relief. Di ba? Kung minsan masaya tayo, ay, salamat. Di ba? Kakain na muli ako. Na-survive ko yung aking fasting. Ang sarap ng feeling that I was in the presence of God during my fasting. Diba? Hanggang masaya. Because God was there, strengthening us in our fasting. And as we are being comforted in the hands of God, God also instructed us to share this comfort to others. In conclusion, we must not detest suffering, because Paul said also that we must consider it pure joy when we face sufferings. The minor sufferings that we endure, ito po yung hindi na abstinence of food, at the end of it, we learn to be dependent upon God. At yun po ang dapat nating tandaan, ang magandang lesson na dapat natin matutunan sa ating fasting is for us to become dependent upon God. Kasi kung minsan, di ba, madalas, more often than not, pagka tayo po ay nagugutom, we rely on ourselves. Bibili tayo ng pagkain, o kaya magluluto tayo sa sarili ng pagkain. We never ask or pray for God for a manna. Di ba? Ganun po ang nangyayari. So, in this passage, we should learn to be dependent upon God. Kung minsan, di ba, ang Panginoon, pinapabayaan lang na tayo. Kung minsan, pinipiling natin, pinabayaan na tayo ng Panginoon. But God let you go through that suffering because He wanted to test you. But all these testings, you can bear it because God will not let you go through to a suffering that you cannot bear. Kung di mo na kaya, and that is the time that God will be there for the rescue. So in everything you do, trust God always. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. See you again next time.